now. And Casey, before we get into this whole thing, we wanted to play a little bit of sound for you from a guy who was your predecessor at Hendrick Motorsports. Wendy has an interview with Brian Vickers coming up in a little while. Let's play for you and listen with us what he had to say as advice to you.
I've spoken to Casey about this, actually. You know, life does exist after Hendrick Motorsports, I can assure you. You know, everybody seems to think that it doesn't. And granted, I still have a tremendous amount of respect for Hendrick Motorsports and Rick. You know, and I'm still talking to Rick on a regular basis. But it's not the end of the world. It is a great place, but it's not perfect. And neither is anywhere else. Nowhere you go is going to be perfect. So you just got to work hard, enjoy what you do, race hard, do the best you can wherever you go. But life's not over.
And Casey, is it safe to say that you echo those sentiments?
I'd sure like to think my life isn't over, but no, it's obviously a difficult situation to be in, and you know, this isn't where I wanted to find myself. You know, especially looking back at the beginning of the season, this has probably been one of the roughest years I've had, period. You know, and I don't know why that is, but it's just been a tough start to the year, and unfortunately, it's gotten us in a position now where things are going to change for next season. So. You know, not real happy about it, but at the same time, fortunately, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of guys moving around. There's a lot of teams doing different things for next season, and you know, hopefully we can put something together good for next season.
Hey, Casey, this is Hermie Sadler. Obviously, when you signed with Hendrick Motorsports, I know you felt like you were hoping to run the rest of your career there and retire there and all that. When you go to an organization like Hendrick that people think has everything, and it didn't work out for you, what are you looking for as you make your next move, which is a very important move in your career? What are you looking for in a new organization and a team for you to race at next year?
Well, I mean, there's several things that you look at. You know, obviously you want to be with a good group of people. It always starts with the people. I think there's a good group of people here, but for some reason we just haven't found, you know, our swing, haven't got things going. We've had some good runs this year, but just haven't been able to do it on a consistent basis. And obviously I want to go somewhere where I can settle in a little bit, you know, and definitely grow. And the biggest thing that I haven't had over the last few years is some consistency, and definitely changing crew chiefs every year, sponsors, teams, all that kind of stuff has been definitely, you know, some inconsistency in my career that's been difficult. But, you know, hopefully we can just finish off the rest of the season strong. Wherever I go next season, hopefully get at least a good couple years and really grow and learn with that team, and you know, hopefully we can make something like that work out.
I guess that's, you know, you sort of answered my question in a way, but I still like to know, what would you change? What happened that you got the separation between you and Hendrick?
Well, I mean, honestly, I really don't know exactly why it happened or exactly why it went down, but, you know, obviously we got off to a rough start. We definitely, you know, we had some crashes and stuff that we got involved with at the beginning of this year that really got us off to a slow start. I think the team as a whole, just Hendrick Motorsports, struggled at the beginning of the season, and it was tough to evaluate exactly, you know, what were our issues just with the 5 program, because everybody was kind of struggling at the beginning of the year. And then as things went down the road, you know, we started to have some better runs, and it looks like things, you know, there could be a bright future here, but, you know, obviously the decisions have been made so early. You know, there's no way to, obviously all we can do right now is just try to do the best we can the remainder of this season. We got off to a rough start, and really that's all it was, and unfortunately, you know, things are changing.
Casey, you're a good kid, buddy. Listen here, Herm's here to make you feel better. Enough of the negativity. You're a good-looking kid. You're going to get a really good ride. And listen, Kyle Busch left that organization to go on and win 6. I mean, he's having a great year. So stay positive about everything. You're a good driver. Yesterday in practice, man, we had a really loose race car. What have you and your team done overnight to try to tighten that baby up for you?
Well, we struggled with that a lot this year, you know, just being really loose in, and you know, I think a lot of guys have with this new car, just trying to get it sorted out. And we were very, very loose in qualifying runs the day before yesterday, and then yesterday unloaded even looser than we were in qualifying trim. So the biggest thing we've done is just try to tone down the front end a little bit. We were pretty aggressive with some cambers and some things like that, trying to get the car to turn. The hardest part with this car right now is we tend to be so loose in. You mellow it out to not be loose in, and then you can't turn the center. So we've been just trying to focus on that balance, and you know, we've made some changes overnight, made some changes towards the end of practice that made it better, and hopefully have a good race car today.
Hey, Casey, it seems like a common misconception that people think teams, when they announce that they're going to lose their driver at the end of the year, that everybody just parks and everybody just gives up. I don't think it's the case, and maybe you can verify this, that everybody on your team, Alan, all the way down, everybody is still working as hard as they possibly can to get you a win. Isn't that the situation?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think it proves it with, you know, the result that we had at Sonoma, the result that we had at Loudon, the way we ran when we got up front at Loudon. You know, I mean, everybody's working hard to build fast race cars here and to win races. And you know, unfortunately, we've had some trouble with that this year, but everybody's still knuckled down. I mean, you saw these guys yesterday when we got into the fence. You know, they really worked hard to get that car back out for that second practice, and they're wanting to win races just as badly as I am. It doesn't do anybody any good. I mean, obviously, we're here to go racing. We want to have fun. Obviously, they want to learn as much as they possibly can for next season as well, and you know, we just got to keep working together, and hopefully before it's all said and done here, have some good success before the end of the season's over, and you know, leave Hendrick Motorsports here on a good note.
Hey, Casey, we wish you the best of luck, man. Thanks a lot, and good luck out on the racetrack today as well.
Good luck, Casey.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Casey. You know, there's with like that 25 team at Hendrick Motorsports, the fourth driver at Hendrick has seemed to not fare too well over the last, 3, 4, 5 years.
Roger Penske. What am I bringing his name up for? Sam Hornish has tore up more stuff than anybody I know this year, but he shows so much potential. Roger Penske has not turned his back on him. He's stuck with him. The guy has got the car solidly in the top 35 in points. My point, did Mr. Hendrick just turn his back a little too quick on this guy? I'm thinking that. You know, it's like Casey saying, when you think about it, Hendricks has only won 2 races this year, and they were both on gas mileage.
Right.
So, let's face it, 10 years, you brought it up, 10 wins last year, none this year except the gas mileage. So maybe,
But they still won them, Jimmy. They still won them.
I don't care that they still won them. I understand. My point,
No.
I know they won them. But my point is, they still are not the team that they were last year.
You know,
They some kids
Hey, Casey Mears has been about 3 feet from having a lot of good finishes. I think back to Daytona, the Daytona 500. He made a move to the outside, trying to get in front of Tony Stewart with 2 laps to go. Could have easily won the Daytona 500. He clips him, he gets crashed that far in several races. He got caught up in some stuff that wasn't his doing. But when you start pressing and feeling like, I got to win, you got to do this, that's when you get yourself in trouble.
Let me tell you one reason Casey Mears is leaving. Because somebody went, hey, Rick Hendricks, we can get Mark Martin.
Yeah.
And that's the way the sport is. It's pretty abrasive down there in the garage area, and you gotta stay with it. You gotta stay tough, man. It's a big boy world down there.
And we say this all the time on this program. It's because it's true. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. But only 43 guys get to race every weekend, and Casey Mears is one of those 43 this
But
afternoon.
he'll survive.
He will. He'll do fine.
Yeah.
Hermie Sadler's going to take off and join us back in just a second. He's going to start running around the track once again. And July 19th on